Namaste.
Namaste. And what a beautiful way to begin our session. As I said before, first of all, for myself to yourself, thank you so much for making the time to create this interview in the aid of helping people around the world. I'm very, very grateful. So, namaste to you and to our audience as well.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. So I will do a brief introduction for when people watch this, okay? And then we will start. But I'm going to say to our viewers, to our listeners, to everybody around the world who is watching this, that today I have the honor and the privilege of speaking with a remarkable person who has been teaching yoga for over 50 years. Yogachara P. Unniraman. Now, hopefully, I'm pronouncing that the right way. I'm sorry if I'm not. But I will say for this episode of Simply Inspired, we will be talking about the mental, physical, and spiritual healing elements of yoga from a man, as I've already mentioned, who has been teaching over 50 years all around the world, a man who has transformed and touched so many lives and helped to heal so many people. So it really is an honor. And my only hope is that this interview brings a small measure of peace and harmony to the lives of you, everyone who is listening to this around the world. I was very honored and blessed to meet Yogacharya at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Festival in Cyprus. So I want to give them a mention, and he is currently teaching in Nicosia at the Indian Consulate at this time, soon to be returning to India, where you can also contact him. So there's a little bit of an introduction there for everyone watching so they know what we're talking about, why we're talking about it. But now we can forget the audience and just the two of us to connect and have this discussion. So I'm going to start with, I suppose, a very simple question, but you have been teaching for over 50 years, and I have seen in other interviews that you mention that you practice yoga everywhere, including while you are traveling, including you practicing on trains, on planes, on many forms of transport. How do you always find the time to practice, even when you are very busy traveling, when you're very busy teaching, when many people want to see you? You always find time to practice. Let us begin with this question, please. Thank you.
Okay, a very valuable question. Because I take this yoga as a part of our life. It's a way of life. Really, not an exercise. It's a part of our life. So when a day start, I practice first of all yoga. Then only or go anywhere, even in an airport or a railway station or in a bus stand or anywhere. I practice yoga. This is way of life. So I cannot go without practicing yoga. So I take time. Early morning I wake up and I practice. First of all, I practice meditation. After that, I take my bath and everything. Then I practice yoga, pranayama, and relaxation and meditation also. So this is my routine where so I not without practice I not go outside anywhere. This is helpful to give the class to anywhere because without I practice I go anywhere I cannot take the class properly. It gives more energy to day to day life. Yoga is my part of my life.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And also on the subject of how you practice and practicing for so long as well. Obviously, you teach people, you help people all around the world, and for so many years you have been doing this. When you see people transform and become happier, healthier, and more fulfilled, healthier, more joyful, and so forth, and you see people change in a positive way, how does that feel for you in your heart, knowing that you have helped them to live a happier life and a healthier life, and then for them to have that impact on others sometimes in a positive way?
Okay.
മനസ്സിലായോ? ഞാൻ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യാം. ആചാര്യ ഇപ്പൊ ഒത്തിരി ഗുണം ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഒത്തിരി പേരെ അസാധ്യമായിട്ട് ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ആ സന്തോഷം ആചാര്യ എങ്ങനെയാ എക്സ്പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന്, അത് സന്തോഷമാണോ ആചാര്യയ്ക്ക്? ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് പറയാം, ആ ഒരു സ്ത്രീ വന്ന് പിള്ളേരില്ലാതെ വന്ന് യോഗ ചെയ്ത് ഉണ്ടായപ്പം വലിയ സന്തോഷമായിട്ട് ആചാര്യക്ക് ഇതൊക്കെ വലിയ സന്തോഷമാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
Really, this is my duty to give the classes to the peoples. If they are suffering from stress, strain, any disease, if they're practicing yoga daily, they become better and their mind also become peaceful and happy also. Then what the result is, really do the work, not expect the result. In yoga, in Bhagavad Gita, says that you do your work, you not expect the fruit also. So even somebody in the class, some persons, they have no child, we give classes, then after they become they have a child, they came to the class, express their happiness. In that time we have some satisfaction. Yes, this is our duty to give the class to anybody. Yes, is not wait for the fruit of this. Okay. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful, a beautiful description, and I appreciate this because people do not always understand these things. Now, another topic to mention here as we're talking about the mind and the soul as well as the body. When I came to your class at the Mind, Body, and Spirit Festival, you said something very interesting where you said when you control the breath, you control the mind. You can control your mind if you control your breath. And I think that although some people who practice yoga every day, maybe they understand this about pranayama, some people will not understand it because in the world now, especially in the Western world, many people are struggling from stress, from busyness. They forget to breathe properly. What would your advice be for those people, or can we go deeper into the topic of controlling your breath a little bit, please? Thank you very much.
This is a very valuable question you mentioned here. Because in yoga, there is no asanas and pranayama and some other things also. There are 8 limbs of yoga. The father of yoga is Patanjali. Patanjali says 8 steps of yoga to reach the ultimate aim of yoga. That is yama, niyama. Yeah, this question is very valuable because yoga is not merely an asana. The father of yoga is Patanjali said. He says the ultimate aim of yoga is samadhi. Up to that, there are 7 steps. That is Ashtanga yoga. That means total 8 steps. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, and dhyana, and samadhi also. So here the asanas, then pranayama. What is the importance of this pranayama or breath? We know that we cannot control our mind easily. How can we control the mind? If we are aware of your breath, it is easy to control our breath. Through the breath and mind is highly connected. So if we control our breath, we can control our mind. Then one more thing. See, if a person is suffering from stress, too much stress, their breath rate is increasing above 20, above that. If we reduce the breath rate, that means in a minute they take the breath below 20 or below 50 or below 12, below 10, then our mind becomes peaceful. How can we reduce the breath rate? Really, this is the very important things in nowadays. Most of the people, they don't know how to reduce the breath rate. If we practice some pranayama, very simple pranayama. I explain here, see here, this is sectional breath, chest breath or thoracic breath. Put your palms here, then you breathe in, deep inhalation, expand your chest maximum, hold your breath with time, then breathe out like that. If you practice 5 times, then the next breath you see palms on your knee, then you raise your shoulder and touch your ear, hold a little time, then breathe out. This also 5 times. If you practice daily, that means your breath rate you can reduce up to below 15 or below 12 like that. There are another pranayama also in yoga. There are 8 pranayamas. If you practice some of the pranayama daily, not too much, 1 or 2 pranayama, Nadi Shuddhi or Brahmari or Bastriya. If you practice daily, we can reduce the breath rate. That means we can become, our mind become peaceful and very happy. This is the best method to control our mind. So any person who are suffering from stress, they can practice pranayama and they become very happy.
Thank you very much. This is so valuable for people because, as I'm sure you're aware, in the Western world today, there is, I would say, like an epidemic of people suffering from mental and emotional problems because they are not managing their stress the right way. So it's a very valuable topic I mentioned. I'm glad that we mentioned. Also, you also mentioned when I came to your class at Mind, Body and Spirit about giving instructions to the subconscious mind as well. You mentioned that if there are certain things, you see, I was listening very carefully when you were speaking there because the subconscious mind as well, giving instructions to yourself is very powerful. Again, can you please explain a little bit more about this for people who are not familiar with what this topic actually means, please? Thank you.
Okay, yes. We have, in according to yoga, we have the 5 layers, Panja Kosha. That means Annamaya. That is, we explain 5 koshas, not merely this physical body. We have physical body, that is called Annamaya kosha. Then we have prana, energy body, mind body, and intellectual body, and blissful state also. The mind we have in modern science also mentioned that we have conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind, and above that, according to Yoga Shastra in Indian philosophy, we have super conscious mind also. It is so if we practice some asanas and with some pranayama, then some relaxation and some meditation, that time our body become no any kind of movements. Body have no any kind of movement. If we can sit properly without any kind of movements, a little time our mind, the thoughts also very less, no thoughts at all. That means in that time, always in our brain, the waves is going outside. Normally, beta waves in the conscious mind. If it comes to alpha range, that means our mind becomes peaceful. That time, if no movements in your body, no thoughts in your mind, that's the time we connect our subconscious mind. If we can connect our subconscious mind, our life become very, really, we are genius. We have lot of mind power also. Normally, we not utilize our mind power. If a person practicing meditation or practicing yoga and pranayama, they can increase their mind power. They will be very happy in their life. So we can connect our subconscious mind through the practice of asanas, pranayama, and meditation also. One more thing I mentioned here, according to Patanjali is saying, the definition of yoga is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. In his Yoga Shastra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the second sutra is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. What is the meaning of that? All the waverings in our mind become stop. We stop the waverings. That time our mind become peaceful. We can understand who I am. That means our Atma, we understand our Atma, we realize that our soul and everything. So we can connect it, our subconscious mind, by practicing of the daily practice of this asana, pranayama, and meditations.
Wonderful. A wonderful description. I appreciate very much because this is a very valuable topic, and for people not familiar, it makes it very clear for them. I also must say as well that you have the remarkable health. When I was researching for this interview, I came across your birthday, by the way, and I could not believe it because you seem to have such youthfulness, vitality, like much younger, And I must say, I think this is amazing. And can people expect that they don't really age in the normal way from practicing yoga as well, would you say? Because certainly for you, like the age that you are, I saw you jump on the table and everything, MBS and stretching. I was thinking, wow. So can people expect to slow down this process and be younger than they are through yoga? Does that make sense? What I'm asking with this one?
Okay, beginners don't bother about the practice of advanced asanas.
Mm.
So first of all, we practice very simple asanas according to our body condition. Somebody cannot bend forward too much or cannot bend backward too much, sideways like that. Any pose we practice according to our body condition. Gradually, we can move more we get more flexibility in our body, and even easily we can bend forward and backward, and so many asanas, even headstand pose also, some any advanced also. By practicing continuous practice daily, our body become flexible, our spine become flexible, our muscle also very fit for each asanas. So at any age, by practicing continuous practice, we get sufficient practice, then we can practice advanced asanas also. So don't bother about asana, the beginning stage. Gradually we can sit. This is Padmasana. If you practice daily, you practice some leg exercise and everything, you can sit properly also. If you practice this asana, you see, you can sit like this. Gradually, you can, if you sufficient practice, you can sit like this also. This, but the Padmasana, see. Then from this pose, you can bend forward. Then one more asana to show you that also by practice. You see, I show you another asana that is very important asana. I show you this. sit like this. Then you see, sit like this. See this asana, then hands straight. You can sit a lot of time on this pose. I can sit this half an hour without any kind of movements in this pose. This is called Goretrasana or Mula Bandhasana. This is a very important asana. Why I show this asana? This is from in India, historical. In India, we have an Indus Valley civilization. 10,000 years ago, there is a place, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. They dig them from there. We find Shiva statue that is called Pashupati. The statue, this pose is in that statue. So that means many years ago, India has this culture. This asana is not easy. You will take too much time by practicing. You can gain this asana. I show one more asana in the laying pose also. See, this name of this asana is Yoga Shayana. This is a very good asana for relaxation also. You can stay in that way, lay that pose long time with a relaxation. So one more asana, this is you see, is Gomugasana. You can sit and read the book in this pose. This is a Gomugasana. This also, by practicing, we can sit long time also. So many asanas at any age. My age is 73. Now also I can practice this every asanas by practicing daily. That is very important. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much for showing some of these, because I hope that that encourages some people to realize what is possible through yoga. It is inspiring for people already practicing, but for people new to the idea, I think is very inspiring that you have shown this as well. And I also would like to say to you at this point, this is not really a question, but it's just something I would like to say is, when Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world, I feel that you represent this so well, and I hope you don't mind me to say that, not only physically, but through your joyfulness, your peacefulness. Even when we met at the Mind, Body, and Spirit, your energy is in such a positive way. I just wanted to stay. So when they say be the change that you wish to say in the world, you are the representing what is possible. I hope that makes sense. It's not a question for you, it's just something that I wanted to say, because even by meeting you, I have been very inspired to deepen the spiritual path, and I feel that many people will be from this talk. So it's just something that I wanted to say, so that it felt right to say from my heart. So there we go. That's a little bit of something.
Okay. One thing, we are practicing asanas, pranayama, and meditation. In meditation, one thing I want to express, in our body, we have in the spine, we have energy centers. It is called prana centers, or it is called in Indian philosophy, it is called Shad Adhara or Shad Chakras. That is in the, it is a very minute centers. Each chakras, if the chakra is not purified, that means our mind become very, very stressed, or we are become like a animal man. So if our this we have an hidden energy in our body that is called Kundalini. This energy is situated in the Muladhara, the base chakra. If this energy is remain in that state, that position, we are all always like an animal man. Then you after practicing sometime, it will raise from that base chakra. And what happened? We are in a social life. We always become social life. We love to the neighbors, other creatures and everything. We are a social being that time. Then if you our here there is another Shadadara that is called Anahada in our heart chakra, heart region. If this is not purified, that what happens? We hatred everybody in the world or everything, even our father and mother also, even our son and daughter also, we hatred. If this chakra is purified, what happens? We love everybody. If a person practices daily, we can purify the chakras, and that means we are human beings, we are human man. Then again we practice. It will we feel here this called Brumadhya, the grace of the everything we get through these chakras. That time we are in the divine man. So if we are practicing meditation, the world become peaceful, not easy to. So we want to everybody try to propagate yoga all over the world. So world become peaceful. Really the world we have negative and positive. This is the nature. We want to become, we want to propagate yoga everywhere. We think to become a peaceful world. We hope that very nice.
Absolutely, it's wonderful. Well, that is a beautiful description. It's very clear, and I will say to you as well, very briefly, that I experienced it from this one starting to here. But what you said of this opens to love. I experienced this from not love, shall we say, into love, and it makes a lot of sense. And I hope that some people listening to this, they will understand that, and they will go from the animal man to the divine man. I hope. I hope. Now, the last couple of things. Oh, sorry,
One
go on.
thing
Yes.
I want to mention, yes, all the rulers in our world, they want to practice yoga and meditation because in our country, our prime minister is practicing yoga and meditation daily. This is very important. Okay, then you can continue.
No, that's very important. Yes, because the leaders lead by example. So it's very good to hear that your leaders are doing this. The last couple of things to discuss, because I will aim to finish on the hour, because I know you're teaching later and you have many things to do. But I would like to ask as well a very simple question. But if people would like to become personally involved with learning from you, and if people would like to join not only your classes, but if people would like to help you. For example, when we were at the Mind, Body, and Spirit, I met one of your disciples who lives in Greece. And if people want to do that, people want to join the work you're doing in some way and help physically, digitally, any type of way, how can they do that? How can they connect and reach out to you?
Let me just translate for him, DM. ആചാര്യ ഫിലിയോസിന്റെ കൂട്ട് ഡിസൈപ്പിൾ എങ്ങനെയാവുന്നെന്നാ ചോദിച്ചത്.
Yeah.
അപ്പൊ ആചാര്യ പറയണം one of the ways ഓൺലൈൻ ലെസൺസ് തുടങ്ങുക, ഓക്കെ, വിത്ത് കുറച്ച് ഡൊണേഷൻ വേണ്ട. സെക്കൻഡ്ലി തപോവനത്ത് വന്ന് താമസിക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, എന്നിട്ട് മിനിമം എത്ര ദിവസം യോഗ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്? ഒരു മാസം.
10 days with 1 month is very
10
nice.
days, ഒരു മാസം ടീച്ചർ ട്രെയിനിങ് എത്ര നാളെടുക്കും?
അത് ഒരു മന്ത് എടുക്കാം, 3 months എടുക്കാം.
ഓക്കെ, 1 മാസം. ഇത് രണ്ടും പറഞ്ഞോണ്ട് ഡിസൈപ്പിൾ ആണ് ഇങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് പ്രോഗ്രസ് സപ്പോർട്ടിനൊക്കെ ഗമനിക്കുക, ടീച്ചർ ട്രെയിനിങ് എടുക്കുക, ഇതാണ് ഡിസൈപ്പിൾഷിപ്പ്.
Okay. So one method is, I heard your question. Yes. One method is we have online classes. We have online class. So they can join our online class. They paid a nominal amount that we mentioned here because we have a charitable organization. We want to run it is smoothly. So in the persons, they can donate something for our online classes. One thing that is. Another method, we have a very good place called Tapovan, Patanjali Yoga Research Center, Tapovan. Very good space, very beautiful place. This is in India, Kerala, Calicut. You can search in website also, pyrc.in, pyrc.org. pyrc.in. Our website is pyrc.in. You can enter this and find details is in there. So, like the videos and some other persons they came to our center, that Tapovan. They stay there 1 month and enjoy the yoga sessions, relaxation, pranayama and meditation, and they enjoy that place very nice. Then one another thing is we have yoga teachers training also. They can come within 1 month or 3 months also. Their duty, so they can enter that course. They can become a yoga teachers also. If normal person is come without any kind of teacher training course, they can stay there 10 days or 15 days or like that. Even if it is possible 1 month, they can enjoy the class also. So there are many methods. You can contact our website through the website or any way. This we welcome to any person to our center also. They want to some amount of because we want to run it smoothly, so they cooperate and welcome to everybody. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's very good for people to know what to do if they're not familiar with this. And my last question for you, the last one of this evening, is in terms of the future of yoga around the world. You know, where you would like to see things progress. Well, actually, there are two sides to this. Okay, one is your vision for yoga's continued growth around the world. And one is also if you have any advice for the yoga teachers, because so far we've been speaking very much about the people learning, the people learning for themselves, for pranayama, for asanas, for the different things. But also, I'm thinking that you maybe have one or two things you would like to say to those people who are teaching yoga so that they can improve and deepen their teaching ability, if that makes sense, in terms of maybe one or two little bits of advice that you could share for them, if that makes sense. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yoga ടീച്ചേഴ്സിന് ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള
Okay. First of all, the yoga teachers find out the authentic yoga centers or authentic yoga gurus. Studied, that is very important because nowadays lot of centers unauthentic. So find out which is authentic or not. Then one another thing, they studied very well and practice is very important. If you take class to give anybody, we want to feel what, or we want to practice daily. Then we give the class to others also. Otherwise, we not get the correct result also. So then other thing is they want to get the valuable certificate approved by the government or something is very important also. So find out the correct centers, authentic centers. That is very important. Then we dedicate for this. Really, this is not a job. Dedicated these things, the yoga. Then automatically everything is very smooth. The people come very nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. I just had the feeling that we needed to mention them as well. Now, I know that you have a class soon and you're teaching, so I don't want to take up too much more time. Today, we have spoken about a few things, and I know there's many more things we could talk about, but my only hope with this is for people who already practicing yoga, they can get deeper understanding, but also for people who've never practiced it, maybe from listening to this, they will think there is something good there and maybe they will begin, So I hope that it shows people there is a better path than the one some of them are taking, which is obviously the spiritual path that you follow. So, with that, I would like to say thank you so much for making the time for this today. And I believe and I hope that it will help many people. What I always say when I create these talks is if we help even one more person to be a happier person and a more fulfilled person, then we have done our work. Now, I know it will be more people than that, but the principle I think is always good that if we help even one more person to start living a better life, then it's worth doing this talk today, if that makes sense. So thank you so much for sharing your time and sharing your energy and presence with us.
Anybody in the world, if they want the class, the Zoom, we have online class, they can join. For information, pyrc.in, our website, they can enter and find out. Then you're welcome to join the class. Your valuable questions, very precious time. I am very happy, very happy. Namaste, namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, a good blessing to you and your family. One mantra, you can chant this Panja actually 5 letters. That's called Om Namah Shivaya. That means Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Can you chant this? Om Namah
Shiraya.
Om Namah
Nama
Shivaya.
Shiraya.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
One more time. Om
Om
Namah
Nama
Shivaya.
Shiraya.
Shivaya. S-I Shivaya. Shivaya.
Shivaya. Okay. Yeah.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Okay.
So we can contact, and if you want, you can call me, and we can give connections. We can connect more and more. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for this blessing. And I will chant this. Thank you. I will remember. I will listen to it back and I will practice. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Namaste, Rama.
Finish here. Here.
Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.